Golden Blue Tube here with you. I know a lot of Clemson fans, and I'm actually friends with a lot of Clemson fans. And so I wanted to do a video for all my Clemson supporters. You know, what happened in the national championship, Trevor Lawrence didn't look like himself. The coaches pretty much forgot about Etienne. They took him out of the ball game and stopped running the ball. Clemson gets beat by LSU, but you know what? Clemson will be back next year. Not going to talk about that. I'm here to talk about Clemson basketball. And it caught my eye because Clemson went to Chapel Hill and for the first time ever knocked off the North Carolina Tar Heels in Chapel Hill. Yes, this was a historic win for Clemson. This was back on January 11th in the Dean Dome, as they call it. Going into the game, Clemson was 8-7, and North Carolina was 8-8. So North Carolina not doing very well this year. I'm actually thinking about doing a video on why North Carolina is not North Carolina this year. Anyways, it's still a historic win for Clemson. So with 2 minutes remaining, the Tar Heels were up by 10 points. Everybody's saying, here we go again, another automatic loss. Not so fast. Clemson comes back, ties it, sends it to overtime. Now, for the game comparison, final score was 79-76. Field goal percentage, pretty close, 43-42. Three-point percentage was in Clemson's favor, 39% to 23%. And free throws, pretty close as well, 69-70. Rebounds, dead even at 39. And Clemson had one more turnover than North Carolina. So the stats say, yes, this was a close game. And the game changer, the big game changer in this game was Amari Sims. He's been a big-time player for Clemson this year. He hit the game-tying three-pointer with 3.5 seconds left to send this game into overtime. And he had 20 points, 8 rebounds. That's a really good game. Also, Tevin Mack, 17 points, 4 rebounds. So it looks like they have a nice little duo over in Clemson as well. But actually, there's a third person. John Newman III, 17 points, 6 rebounds. Had a great game. They knock off North Carolina in Chapel Hill for the first time ever. I'm not talking about first time in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, whatever. First time ever. Historic win. Congratulations, Clemson. How do they back that up? Well, they return home and knock off the third-ranked Duke Blue Devils. You know what? Full disclosure, I am a Duke hater. I will talk trash about Duke, so anytime somebody beats Duke in basketball, that's a story for me. Clemson beats Duke in Little John Coliseum, and this is the biggest marquee win Clemson has had since all the way back in November of 2001 when they beat number 1 North Carolina at home in Little John. So for in the game comparison, final score is 79-72. Field goal percentage, Clemson with the edge, 57%. That is outstanding. Duke shot 50%, which is really good as well. Clemson just a little bit better there, though. Three-point percent, Clemson edges Duke 42% to 40%. Free throws, they both did not do very well, both at 50%. Clemson did out-rebound Duke 35-27 and just one more turnover than Duke. So that didn't hurt them, not that bad. Again, the game changers. Amari Sims, another monster game for him, 25 points, 9 rebounds. Can't forget about Tevin Mack, 22 points, 9 rebounds, and of course, Newman contributed as well. The season comparison, Clemson averages 69 points a game, Duke 83. So this looked like a mismatch on the tape, but it wasn't. Clemson pulls the upset. It was a pretty big upset, but back-to-back historic wins. First they go to Chapel Hill and beat North Carolina for the first time ever there. And then they come home and knock off the third-ranked Duke Blue Devils, their best win since way back in 2001. So Clemson is on a roll. Next 4 games for Clemson, January 18th, they go to Raleigh to play NC State. And then the 21st, they get Wake Forest at home. Then 25th, another tough game. They go on the road to Louisville to take on the 11th ranked Cardinals. And then they come back home to take on Syracuse. So this next 4 games could determine which direction the season goes for Clemson. They're off to a good start, beating North Carolina and Duke. Rough start at the beginning of the year. Maybe Clemson starts to get it together and they head to the tournament. As far as my recipe for Clemson, I don't really keep up with Clemson. Full disclosure, I'm a West Virginia fan. I have no idea. Outscore the opponent, more upsets, and don't play badly. So that's my keys for Clemson to get to the big dance. Hey, if you have any pointers or you know any inside information you want to share with me, leave me some comments. And if you're a Clemson fan and you like this video and you want me to keep the Clemson ball rolling, like and subscribe so I know which direction to take this. I can't read your mind. You got to tell me, all right? Like and subscribe if you like this, and I will see you on my next video.